Good morning, students. Welcome to my class on coding and decoding. My name is Tariq Hassan and I'll be here taking you through the entire class to make you understand the concept of coding and decoding in different aptitude examinations. Right? So every Tuesday now I'll be planning to do classes with you and help you get up with some of the toughest questions that come in different examinations, whether it be banking examination or other aptitude tests, whether it's MBA, CLAT, UPSC, whichever competitive examination you're taking. If it's got questions from reasoning, maths, English or GK, I'll be here to guide you and help you, and also to make you learn the right methods and approach for some of the toughest and trickiest questions in these examinations. So today's class is about coding and decoding, a very frequently asked topic in the aptitude examinations in the verbal reasoning section of the examination. And I'll be taking you through some of the trickiest questions and complex questions from this topic of coding and decoding. Alright, so let's get up and let's start with this topic today, and I'll be taking here question by question. So we'll be mainly exploring the concepts here through the questions that I put up on the screen. So if you're joining with me right now, you can take up a piece of you can take a pen and a paper and try to work out the questions as I discuss them along with you in this live training session for coding and decoding. Alright, so here comes the first question on the screen. And this is a basic question on coding and decoding where a word is given to you. In a certain code, altered is written as UMBGEFS. How will the word related be written in that code? So you can look at the question here, that one word given to you along with its code, and then using that we have to find out what will be the code for the other word. Okay, so let's see, how do we start here? So let's look at the word here, altered. And let's write down the code below and try to see how we can make some sense of the way this word has been changed. Okay, so the word is altered, and let me change the color of the ink here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, fine. So altered is written as UMBGEFS. Alright, so what we see here is definitely the letters of the word altered have been changed, and your approach while solving these questions on coding and decoding should be to find out the underlying logic. What logic has been used, what method has been used in transforming this word altered into UMBGEFS. The way you will approach is that you will try to look for letters which come after A. So normally we look at letters which come one place after +1 or -1. That's one way of looking at them, and try to locate these letters which could be +1, -1, it could be +2, -2, and see the pattern of the reasoning involved. So we know A plus 1 is B, and I can see a B here, and L plus 1 is M, and I can see an M also here. Alright, and T plus 1 is U. So that makes it very clear that this is a case of cross coding. So we are moving the letters forward +1. So A plus 1 gives you B, and T plus 1 gives you U, and L plus 1 gives you M. So that's the coding technique used in this side. Okay, now E plus 1 is F, we have an F at this point. R plus 1 is S, we have an S here, and E plus 1 is again an F, and D plus 1 is E. So there's a little confusion here. So what we'll do is, see, look at this E and this G separately, and you can work it out yourself that what we are doing here is E plus 2. So E plus 2 gives you G, E, F, G. So R plus 1 is S, and D plus 1 is E, and E plus 1 is F. So that's the kind of a question this is. Okay, and this is a very popular pattern. This kind of questions come a number of times in the past few years, what I call as the cross coding or cross shifting technique of coding words. Okay, so once it is clear to us what kind of logic has been used, what we'll do is we'll go to the next word here, and that is the word related. RELATED, related, and work out the coding using the same approach. What would be the code for the word related? Okay, so if we have the word related here, so looking at the word here, R plus 1 should give us S. So that's the first letter we get here, and L plus 1 should give you M, and E plus 1 gives us F, MFS, and A plus 2, so the middle letter is moved 2 forward, so A plus 2 BC, and then we have D plus 1 E, E plus 1 F, and T plus 1 U. So the right answer is MFSCEFU. And remember the pattern here. This is a very popular pattern and has been asked a number of times in the past few years. So when we have this word and its code given to us, one of the popular methods is this cross shifting technique of coding. In this case we had plus 1 on both the left hand side 3 letters and the right hand side 3 letters. It could be plus 1 minus 1, it could be plus 2 minus 2. Various different ways can be incorporated in the way letters are shifted forward or backward. Okay, so that's the first question for the day today, and now we'll go to the next question and see what is the next question. So I hope you have written down. So when you are watching a live video, make it a point that you always sit with a pen and paper, book, some sheets with you, rough sheets, so that you can solve along with me, and you can try the questions when they come on the screen. I'll give you some time, you can note down the question and you can try working it out, and then you can follow up with how I am solving the questions on screen for you. Alright, so let's go on to the next question for the day and see what is this question number 2. Okay, so here is the question. So I'll give you some time here. If sector is coded as RTERBN, then flower will be coded as what? So give you 30 seconds for this question. Note down the question, write down the 2 words, and then you can see how I solve the question, and you can note down the solution. So you're given 30 seconds for solving this question. Look at the question, note down the word and the code first. Look at this pattern of plus 1 and minus 1 and think creatively while solving, approach creatively, explore all options that are possible. I'm sure you'll be able to get the answer. If sector is coded as RTERBN, then how will flower be coded as? Alright, now let's see what is the answer for this question. Usually 30 seconds to 40 seconds is what we have in our in the examination, the time that we get, around 30 to 40 seconds for a question like this. So the word sector and the code for sector is RTERBN, RTERBN, and then what will be the code for flower? FLOWER, flower. Okay, so as I told you that we always look for plus 1, minus 1, or if plus 1 minus 1 is not there, then we can try with plus 2, minus 2, right? So let's see, S plus 1 is T, so I can see a T here, and E plus 1 is F, there is no F, and C plus 1 is D, that's no D also, and T plus 1 is U, we don't see a U in the code RTERBN. O plus 1 is P, but we don't see a P, so that means plus 1 is not working out. Okay, let's try out minus 1. S minus 1 is R, so we see one R at this position and one R at this position. Okay, next is E minus 1 is F, we don't see an F. C minus 1 is B, we see a B here. T minus 1 is S, we don't have an S. O minus 1 is N, so we see an N here. So what we see is that this letters S, the letter C and the letter O have been shifted backwards by minus 1. Okay, SC, alternate letters S, C and O, we are shifting them minus 1, we get R, B, N, and the other letters which are left are R and T and E, and these 3 come in the first 3 places, R, T, E. That's how we get the answer, R, T, E, R, B, N. So now that we've understood what is the coding technique used in this question, let's try out the same in the word given below, flower. So we will first make their position like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's choose the alternate letters from the right hand side, R, W and L, and write here in the reverse R, W, L. Now F minus 1 will be E, O minus 1 is N, and E minus 1 is D. So we get this code here, R, W, L, E and D. That is the answer. So if sector is coded as R, T, E, R, B, N, then flower will be coded as what? Alright, so that was question number 2 for you, and I hope you have noted down the solution, and make sure that you understand the approach. So the focus while watching these videos should be on developing the right approach and strategy while solving questions of this type in the examination. Okay, alright, so let's move on to now the third question for the day, and again I'll give you some time to look at the question, write it down and try to work it out yourself, and then we will be looking at what is the solution for this question. So here is the third question for you. In a certain code language, hand is coded as SZMW, then what will be the code for milk? Write down the word hand, below that write down its code SZMW, and then write down the word milk and try solving it. I'll give you some time here to note down the question and try it out yourself, and then we'll be discussing the answer on the screen. And remember, while solving that, every question need not have the same approach, the same strategy, the same underlying logic. So think about what else is possible while solving a particular question of coding and decoding. This is a 4-letter word here, hand, and is coded as SZMW. What will be the code for milk? Okay, let's see. The word hand is coded as SZMW. Then what will be the code for the word milk? Now if you try +1 -1 coding technique here, H +1 is I, we don't see an I here, H -1 is a G, we don't see a G here, +2 again it does not work out. A -1 Z I can see, N -1 M is there, but we don't have D, again -1 E, +1 E, -1 C, +2 F, -2 B, so we don't have, so definitely it's not going to work out like the shifting technique. This is not a question based on shifting technique. What kind of question is this? This question is based on the concept of opposite letters. Now what are opposite letters in the English alphabet? Now it will be clear to you once you look at this. Now let's write down the letters of the English alphabet. A, B, will write from A to M, total 26 letters are there. So first 13 letters are A to M, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M. So we write down all the letters from A to M, and then we'll reverse now. So first 13 letters are from A to M, and then when we move back from M, so we'll get from here N, and we go on forward O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y and Z. Now these are what we call as opposite letters, because example A is the first letter from the beginning and Z is the first letter from the end. So if you count from the beginning, A is the first letter, and if you count from the end, Z is the first letter. So A and Z are opposite letters of the English alphabet in that sense. So A and Z are an opposite pair, B and Y are an opposite pair, C and X also make an opposite pair, and so on. All of these letters that you see in the first row and the second row, we can make them into pairs and we call them the opposite letters. So what do you see opposite H here? You can see it. What is opposite H? S. That's how we got S here. And what is opposite A? Z. Opposite N we have M, and opposite D we have W. So that's how we get this code here, SZMW. Now the same approach when we use for the word milk. So what is opposite M? N. So write down here N. I and R are opposite letters, so R will go here. L and O are opposite letters, so O will come here. And K and P are opposite letters, so P will come here. So N, R, O, P. this will become your answer. This is the right code here for the word milk. So if HAND hand is coded as SZMW, then milk will be coded as NROP. And this is a very unique question compared to the previous two questions, which are based on cross shifting technique. That means shifting letters forward or backward by one position or two positions and so on. This is not based on shifting. This question is based entirely on the concept of opposite letters. A new type of question for you, question number 3. So I hope you have understood this question and you have noted down the solution for this question, and remember this technique of coding by opposite letters. So when shifting technique is not working, this could be one of the methods that you could try while solving a question in the examination. Alright students, let's move now to the next question. Question number 3 we are done. Let's move to question number 4. In a certain code language, again the question of coding, the word December is written as RDEEBCME. So note down the word here, December. And try solving it along with me. December is coded as RDEEBCME. Okay. So December is coded as RDEEBCME. How will February be coded in that code language? Okay. So we are going to find out what will be the code for the word February. Okay. The months of the year, December is a month and February is also a month, and we have coded the word December as RDEEBCME. So what will be the code for the word February? Now if you observe carefully, what you will see that the letters here D, E, C, E, B, M, E are all the letters which are present in the word are also present in its code. That means there is no shifting of letters done. We are not shifting the letters forward or backward, nor are we changing anything else but except the position. So that means we are simply scrambling. So this is what is called as a scramble. A word scramble. It's a very popular type of question in newspaper. Also you will see these word scramble puzzles are there. So a word scramble puzzle basically means that the letters of a word have been shuffled up and you have to figure out how this shuffling has been done. And once you know what is the shuffling technique used, you can use the same technique then to solve and find out the answer. Alright. So here let's first figure out the shuffling technique. What method has been used here to shuffle the word? So let's look at the word letter D here. So first letter D, and we have the letter D here. So we get this, and E we have two positions, in fact 3 are there, 1 and 2 and 3. So there are 3 E's in the word December. So look at the letter C then. Okay, C is here, and again E we can't figure out. Then we have M, and then we have E. So what could be a kind of logic? You see here. Observe carefully alternate letters. You observe the alternate letters. D is there, then we have E, then we have C, and then we have E. So we have D, C, E, E. D, E, C, E. The first 4 letters are written with a gap of 1 letter between them, and then the last 4 letters M, B, E, R are written in the reverse here, M, B, E, R. So what we have, total 8 letters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 letters we have in total. The first 4 letters we are going to write down with a gap of 1, leaving a space of 1. So let's write down here F, leave a space, then write down E, again leave a space, write down B, and then write down R. So we get here F, E, B, R. And then what we have to do is the last 4 letters we have to write in the reverse. So U, A, R, Y. That gives you Y, F, R, E, A, B, U, R. Y, F, R, E, A, B, U, R is the code. So question number 4, if December is coded as RDEEBCME, then February will be coded as Y, F, R, E, A, B, U, R. That's the answer for question number 4, students. I hope you have understood this question, and this is again a new type of question compared to the previous ones, based on scrambling of letters, shuffling of letters, not shifting them forward or backward on again it's not based on the concept of opposite letters. So different methods, different techniques can be used while creating questions for you in the paper. You have to focus on identifying the underlying logic and then using that logic to find out the answer. Alright, so that's question number 4 for you, and then we move to question number 5, and let's see what is the concept used here in question number 5. Okay, so question 5 is here on the screen for you. I'll give you some time. Again, note down the question. In a certain code language, the word costly is written as WORVMF. Then how will the word praise be written in that code language? The word costly, write down the word costly, and the code for that word costly is written as WORVMF. Then the word praise, what will be the code for this word praise? Now the only hint I'll give you is that this is based on shifting coding. That means coding by shifting the letters. So work it out, take some time, write down the words, look at the letters, figure out how the shifting has been done. I'm sure you will be able to get the answer. Now that I've given the hint also that this is again a coding technique used by shifting the letters forward or backward. So it's now up to you to find out how the letters have been shifted. What will be the answer? If you have got the answer, you can post the answer in the comment section. So this is one thing that I want to make it clear, that when you are watching a video, it's very important to understand what is the purpose of a live video. A live video, instead of recording video, is that you can interact with us, you can solve questions real time when we are discussing, and you can post your answers. Treat it just like a regular class where you sit down with a notebook and a pen, and as a teacher is teaching in the class, you also solve questions along with that. So when you start treating this session that we are doing every Tuesday, now we are planning these sessions for you, covering all of these topics of different aptitude examinations, focusing on banking, MBA, CLAT, UPSC, and all of these exams. What you have to do is just to be very sincere with these classes. If you attend the classes, treat it like a live offline classroom. Solve questions, note down questions, ask your doubts. That's the entire purpose of doing a live video class for you. Otherwise, we could have simply recorded the class and uploaded it on the app, right? So we are doing the live class so that you can interact and extract the maximum utility from attending this class and spending the time with us. So if you have solved the question and you have got the answer, post the answer in the comment section so that I can see whether your answer is right or not. Okay, so now let's work it out and see what is the logic used in this question. If we write the word costly, we told you this is a shifting type question. So C and +1 is D. We don't have a D here. -1 is B. We don't have a B. Again, let's go +2. So C, D, E. We don't have a +2 also. -2A is not there. So let's try +3. C, D, E, F. We have an F here. Okay. Now try with O. Let's look at O and let's do +3 with O then. P, Q, R. We have an R here. Okay, fine. Let's try with S, T, U, V. We have a V also here. And then try with T, U, V, W. We have a W also. L +1 is M. So now that +3 logic is breaking out here because L +1 is M. And Y, Z, A, B is again B is not there. So we can't just directly take +3 all the time. So here +3 we tried, we got 4 letters, different positions, but then L and Y we don't have a +3. L we have +1, that is M, and Y we have again no letter that goes along with Y except W, which is -2 from Y, so -2. So it could be +3. We are seeing some letters are definitely there with +3. Could there be like a +3 alternate because Y and W, L, M is there? Okay. So what about +3, -3 or -2, something like that? Okay. So try out different combinations like okay, so C -3 is not there, C -2 is again not there, O plus -3, from O if you go backwards you get N and M, so we have an O -2 here. Okay, so O -2 is there, and so +3, C DEF, S TUV, and L M N O. So these are your plus 3 here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And if you look at O, minus 2 gives you M, and if you look at the T, minus 2 gives you R, and Y, minus 2 gives you W. So 3 letters are linked with S, C, S, and L, and 3 letters with O, T, and Y. So what is the logic here? You see, first of all, the word costly, you write it in the reverse. Y, L, T, S, O, C. So reverse this word. Costly, we write in the opposite. So it becomes Y, L, T, S, O, C. And then from Y we do minus 2. So minus 2 gives you W. And L we do plus 3. So L, M, N. So again, alright. So let's see here. L, M, N, O. That's O. That we get the O here. And T minus 2 gives you R. That's how we get this R. Okay. Then S will become plus 3. So S, T, U, V. That's how we get the V. And finally we get the M and we get the F. That's how we get the word WORVMF. So the logic here is little complicated. What we do is that we take the word costly, reverse it, it becomes YLTSOC, and then starting from the left hand side we do minus 2, then forward that next letter plus 3, again minus 2, plus 3, and so on. So same technique if we use for the word praise, PRAISE, we write it in the reverse first. So ESIARP. So we get here the reverse of the word praise, and let's we do minus 2 here, we get C, and plus 3 we do here STU, TUV, and again minus 2 H. Actually here G, minus 2 should be G here. Let's correct this part. 1 second. So GHI, so minus 2, again plus 3 ABC, BCD, and minus 2 here will become QP, PQR, and plus 3 QRS. So CVGDPS, that should be your answer for this question. Okay, that's for question number 5. And you can see this is again slightly complicated because of this entire concept of first reversing the letters and then doing minus 3 plus 2, minus 2 plus 3 alternately. That can be again a complex question in the examination. Let's move now to the next question number 6 here and see what is this question here. Now we have a completely different type of question on the screen for you. In a certain code language, honest is coded as, so we have the word honest, and this word honest is coded as 642% plus star question mark equal to and dollar. And we have one more example here, lies, which is coded as 422 hash at question mark and equal to. Then what will be the code for lion? So let's see here, the word honest is coded as 642% plus star exclamation mark equal to and dollar, and the word lies is coded as 422 hash at question mark and equal to. So the moment we have symbols in the code, then it could be a case of substitution. So this is what we call as substitution coding. This is a substitution technique where we use the substitution coding method to solve the question. Alright, what is the, how to identify that something is a substitution coding? Look at the letter E and look at the code for this letter E, that is your exclamation mark. So here again E is an exclamation mark, so that's same, right? So that's one thing. Second is that if you look at the letter S here and look at the code for the letter S, it's equal to, and in this case also S is coded as equal to, so we can see that it's a substitution coding. And if you want to find out the code for lion, LION, then we can simply say that L will be hash, I will be at, O is plus, and N is star. So we get the code here for lion, that is plus hash at plus and star. But what do these letters signify? So if you pay careful attention, you will see that these letters also have some meaning. What is the meaning here? 6 represents 6 letters are there. How many letters are there in this word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 letters. 4 represents that there are 4 consonants. If you look at the word honest, you will see that the word honest contains 4 consonants and 2 represents the number of vowels. Same thing with lies also. So in lion, we get 4 letters are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 letters in the word lion. 2 consonants are there, 2 vowels are there, and the remaining are substitution coding. So the right answer would be 422 hash at plus and star. That is the answer for question number 6. These are the different varieties of questions that are possible in different examinations. We're looking at the IBPS examination, MBA examinations like SNAP or MAT, where you get questions from coding and decoding, or exams like CLAT, FCAT. Any aptitude based examination where reasoning is a part of the paper, you could get a question from coding and decoding. So I hope you have seen these 6 questions and understood what kind of questions can come. Now the next set of questions that we are going to look at are basically lengthy questions, which are basically in a set of 5. So 4 to 5 questions in a set you get. These are also called as sentence coding questions. Sentence coding. So instead of coding the letters separately, the words are coded by using certain fictional combinations of letters. So 2 letters at a time. For example, here in this particular question, for profit order now, I've written it out for you separately on the screen here. For profit order now is coded as ho, ja, ye and ga. That's the first sentence and the code for the sentence. So for profit order now is ho, ja, ye, ga. Then right now for him is ga, ve, ja, se. And place order for profit is ga, bi, ho, ye. And only in right order is coded as ve, du, ye, zo. So this is what is the sentence coding question. 4 sentences are there which are followed by 4 coded sentences. Remember, we are not coding letter by letter but word by word. So we are using certain fictional combinations of letters, 2 letter combinations like ho, 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 or ga, ga, which have no meaning in the English language, and we use these combinations to code the words. Now it's not one to one also. For example, you cannot assume that this word for, the code for that is ho. And how do we know that? Because if you look at the second sentence, and you see for is the third word, but we don't have ho in the third place. So we can't do direct one-to-one correspondence in terms of the words and the codes. So how do we solve them? We solve these questions by the concept of frequency matching. So we talk about matching the frequency of the word with the frequency of the codes. So look at how many times a word has been used and how many times the code has been used, and we match them with the sentences, the words and the codes, and that's how we get to know what is the right code for each word. So what is the best way of approaching this question? Let's see. So what we do is, first of all, let's write down all the unique codes that we see. So start with the first sentence. There are 4 codes we see here. One is ho, next one is ja, third one is ye, y-e, and the fourth one is ga. So we get 4 codes from the first sentence. Now we don't know what do these codes represent. That's what we have to find out as we go ahead in solving this question. Now the second sentence we have ga is already used before, so we're not going to write ga. ve is a new code here, ve, and ja is also used before, so we are not going to write ja, we are just going to write down se, the new code we see. And so we know that now 2 new codes were used in the second sentence, so there must be 2 new words also. And which are the 2 new words that we find in the second sentence? One is right and one is him. So we can say that ve or se must stand for right or him. Similarly, we can say that there are 2 codes which are repeating from the first sentence. One is ga and one is ja. So which are the 2 words? One is now and one is for. So that means ga and ja can either stand for now or for. So much information we get from the comparing the first and second sentence itself. So now and for, that means the remaining two, ho and ye, must stand for profit or order. Profit or order. Similarly, we can say here ye will be order or profit. Now, so let's do it immediately. Let's solve this 2 immediately. So VE and SE. So let's search for the remaining 2 sentences and find out where else VE is used. So if you look at this third sentence, we have VE and we have the word right here, which means VE stands for right and SE stands for him. And also look for the word ga. So we have ga here. Now do we have for or now? We have for here, but we don't have now. That means ga stands for and ja will stand for now. Now look for ho and ye. So we have profit or order. So we have ho and ye both here, and we have profit and order both here. Okay, so in this sentence we have profit and order, but in the last sentence we only have order. We don't have ho, we have ye. That means ye stands for order and ho stands for profit. So we have already solved 2 sentences completely. Let's go to the third sentence now. Place order for profit. In this sentence, the only new code is bi. So bi, and the only new word is place. So bi is place. That's done. And if you go to the last sentence, there are 2 new codes here, do and zo, and there are 2 new words here, only and in. So do and zo could stand for only or in, and since we don't have any other reference for do and zo, we cannot solve this question. We cannot find out what does do stand for or what does zo. For that we need to have other questions and other hints. So anyhow, we have already solved 7 of the 9 codes that I used in the entire sentence, in the entire question, within a matter of 2 minutes itself. And that's how we should approach these kind of questions of sentence coding. If you understand this frequency matching technique and the way I wrote down the codes first from the first sentence, next second sentence and so on, you will never have any difficulty in solving these kind of questions. So what we'll do now is go to the next question. That's question number 8. Again, this is a very different question. It's very much like the previous one. It's a sentence coding question. So sentence coding is done. But we see a lot of symbols, letters and everything used in this, and this is a new pattern question from the last 2 years. We have seen this in the banking examination particularly, and it's a very nice question. It's a really creative question. So everyone who is preparing for any aptitude test should focus on this question and understand the technique used. So we have here 4 sentences just like the previous question and 4 coded sentences. But we have symbols, letters, everything used here. So our job is to find out how the letters, symbols and digits have been used in coding the words. So let's first of all look at the question here. So we have gifts, time, simple, plan, and we have these different letters, digits, and 3 things are there. One is a symbol. So our job is to understand what this symbol represents. Anytime you get a question like this, it will be almost the same pattern. So just understand what does the symbol represent, what does the letter represent, and what does a digit represent. So try to answer these 3 questions. See, gifts, time, simple, plan, and we have at E4 and ampersand N4, percent S5 and hash E6. So in every code combination that we have 1 symbol, we have 1 letter, and we have 1 digit. So our job is to answer these 3 questions. What does the letter represent, what does the symbol represent, and what does the digit represent? So here look at the symbol. The symbol is the toughest one to crack right now. Let's go directly to the digits here. So we have 4 and 4 and 5 and 6, and if you observe the words, you will see this word gifts contains 5 letters. This word time contains 4 letters. Simple contains 6 letters and plan contains 4 letters. So we can say letter represents number of the digits. One second. The digit represents number of letters. That's very obvious. The easiest thing to all understand is a digit represents number of letters, and there's only one word with 5 letters, so we can just write your gifts, and the answer should be percent S and 5. Okay, because there's only one code with 5 letters, digit 5 here, and simple, we can write simple as hash E and 6. So now that we know what do these numbers represent in the code, let's focus on the letters. So in gifts the letter is S, and you can see the last letter of gifts is also S, and simple the last letter is E, and here also we have E. That means letter represents the last letter. That means using these two things combined, we can find out, see the last letter E is here and 4 letters are there in the word. So time has got E at the end and 4 letters, which means time is equal to at and E and 4, and that means plan is equal to ampersand N4. So now everything is almost clear, because we have to find out what does the symbol represent. So let's look at this word gifts, and we have this percent symbol here. In the second one also we have a code with the percent symbol. It's got 5 letters in it ending in T. So which letter is having 5 letters? Grant is having 5 letters and ending in T. Gift starts with G, grant starts with G, and both have the percentage symbol there. That means symbol represents the first letter. Symbol represents the first letter, and the moment we do this, our question is solved, completely done. So now we know G is equal to percent. Wherever we have G, it will be percent. Wherever we have S, we have hash. Wherever we have T, it will be at, and wherever we have P, it will be ampersand. For example, if you want to find out this hash Y6 is what? Hash means S, it's got ending in Y, so SY, that means safety is equal to hash Y6. It becomes so easy. Once you know what does the symbol represent, what the letter represents, and what the digit represents, solving the question becomes a matter of just few seconds. So after breaking the code, it becomes the easiest question for you in the paper. So students, in today's class I have discussed with you all the various types of questions of different difficulty levels that can come in your aptitude examinations, wherever we have reasoning and coding decoding as a part of the examination. Most of the examinations, competitive examinations, whether for admission into colleges or for IBPS for banking jobs, UPSC, CSAT paper 2, CLAT or other examinations where we have aptitude, coding decoding is an important part of the examination. So I hope you have enjoyed the session today and learned something new. To keep learning new things and understanding the right methods of solving some of the trickiest questions in competitive examinations, keep watching our videos. Every Tuesday I'll be getting these new videos for you, live sessions where I'll be helping you learn some of the toughest concepts and teaching you shortcut tricks and techniques and making you learn how to crack the different examinations that you're preparing for. Alright students, so thank you till then, and I'll see you next Tuesday for the same session. And today also we're doing one more session for you from 11:30 onwards. That will be for current affairs. We'll be doing a quick review of the last few weeks important current affairs for you. Alright, so get back at 11:30 for this session on current affairs, a live session on current affairs, very important for your GK preparation examination. Thank you till then, I'll see you at 11:30.